bottom.
She's talking.
So I'm
she has
talking. I
questions
have
for
a
you.
question.
Yeah.
Was it that?
First of all, don't touch my vehicle. You don't have a
you're
warrant.
like,
Okay.
So don't touch your car.
You're still touching my vehicle.
Okay. No worries.
All right.
What's your question?
My question for you is, were you upset because you were like riding my butt?
Ma'am, that's not at all.
Because
we
I
didn't
was going
move
with
for
the
you.
I was going with the flow of traffic. The right
you in the
lane
left
was going
lane?
slower.
How many people in the left lane are
No, but
passing somebody else?
What I want to know is,
I'm
you
asking
were
you.
speeding.
Pulling out, take
And it's not retaliation, right?
Retaliation, 100%.
On October 3rd, 2023, Accountability Amplified and myself are driving on the way back from a vacation when we get pulled over by the world's dumbest Massachusetts state police officer. He gives us a ticket for driving in the left-hand lane for too long, and he also violates our Fourth Amendment right by putting his hands inside the vehicle during the traffic stop. We asked other police officers what they thought about the video and his actions, and this is what they had to say. Doesn't have any consent.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a warrant, and he goes in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Besides that other stuff, when is that legal?
Barring everything else that I just said.
Yes.
I'm drawing a blank.
That's cool. But your hands totally going through into the vehicle. You wouldn't.
Very odd.
Yeah. It was very odd for us too. We took this cop to court, and well, we fought the law, and the law lost. We were cited with Chapter 89, Section 4B, failure to drive in the right lane. We were assessed the highest possible fine for $105, and we had our date in court on November 16th. A lot of you in the first video actually kind of took the cop's side a little bit. It's illegal to drive in a passing lane. You can only drive when passing. Well, what exactly does the law state in referring to this? And you're welcome to all those folks that are going to go through this very same issue and then beat this very same ticket because of your knowledge and the lack thereof of the cops. Let's take a look at what it says. Chapter 89, Section 4B states that the drivers must drive in the lane closest to the right side of the road. This applies when the lane is available for travel, except when overtaking another vehicle or preparing for a left turn. When you dive in a little bit deeper, Section 4B says, upon always, the driver of a vehicle shall drive in the lane nearest the right side of the way when such lane is available for travel, except when overtaking another vehicle or when preparing for a left turn, when the right lane has been constructed or designated for purposes other than ordinary travel. A driver shall drive his vehicle in the lane adjacent to the right lane, except when overtaking another vehicle or when preparing for a left or right turn, provided, however, that a driver may drive his vehicle in such right lane if signs have been erected by the Department of Highways permitting the use of such lane. Nowhere, in fact, does it say how long one can be in the left lane and how overtaking someone should or should not be. In fact, I-90 is the only roadway in Massachusetts that has a limit restriction on how long someone can travel in the left lane, and that limit restriction on I-90 is for 4 miles. Even setting 4 miles as the bar, we were in the lane that we were in on the highway we were on for less than 0.8 miles, and it was not on I-90. In fact, the police officer lied in his report and was caught by the magistrate. He said that he saw us for several miles driving in the left turn lane, but the magistrate immediately noticed that based off the highway we merged from and the new highway we merged onto and where the state trooper said he pulled us over was less than a half mile, a far cry from the 2 miles he said he was behind us. Needless to say, we won. We were found not responsible for the $105 fee, and we were refunded the $25 it cost to appeal. And Accountability Amplified, formerly known as Bananarana, absolutely killed it. Not only did she kill it on the video that you're about to watch at the entire traffic stop, she even more so killed it when we were on our virtual hearing. She came prepared with case law, evidence, prepared to question the trooper that didn't come but had another trooper stand in his stead. We were ready, and she absolutely advocated for herself the very best that she could, which was way better than any lawyer would have been able to. And she created so much reasonable doubt, not within the case from the state trooper, but with his basic level of honesty, that she was found not responsible. So make sure you check out Accountability Amplified, formerly known as Bananarana, and tell her Accountability for All sent you. Big win for Bananarana, big win for We the People. Enjoy the whole video, and also enjoy some feedback that some other local cops had to give on the misbehavior of this officer. We went to Townsend Police Department to show them this video to get their take. Regardless what your traffic stop is, whether it's a right lane like mine, look at the local laws and get a good understanding. Because you have a bigger advantage in court than the cop does because, well, you're smart and cops usually aren't very intelligent. Especially if they're putting their hands on your vehicle. They can't even lean on it. That's a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. And what exactly does the Fourth Amendment say about police officers on a traffic stop with your vehicle and touching it? Because if you can prove that the police conducted an illegal search and are able to prove it in court, then the evidence against you may be thrown out. Additionally, and with or without an arrest, the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution gives you the freedom from unnecessary searches and seizures. And don't get it twisted, folks. What this cop did to me and what I'm sure you've seen a cop do to you was absolutely a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. Whether they're just leaning against the car because they're lazy and they have no work ethic, or whether they're leaning inside or reaching inside for something. You have the right to be secure in your persons, your papers, and your effects. And without your consent, police touching your car in any way or breaking the window pane, especially opening the door, constitutes a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. That's why that cop moved like he was holding a hot potato the moment I told him to get his grubby hands off. As you can see, we're going with the flow of traffic. And he's riding. Oh, there he goes. Smart guy there, huh? Let's see if this is the worst day of his life. This is going to be a rough one for you. Yeah. This is going to be a rough day, fam. Yeah, you're going to have to wait till the next one because you're on a fucking... There's no way to pull over here. Yeah, we know. Relax, buddy. We can't pull over because it's just when you go past this exit. Just pull over right here. For this guy.
Need my purse.
Can I get that for you? Let me get that for you.
Why is he not?
How's it going, Trooper Joe with the State Police? Can I get a license and registration, please?
Hey man, why are you speeding today, bud?
What's that?
Why are you speeding today?
Why am I speeding today?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, we're going with the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
And you're riding our ass and...
You know it's a violation of driving the left lane. It's a passing lane only. That's why I'm stopping you today.
For being in a passing lane only?
Just talking to her,
well, I'm talking to you, buddy.
Well, I'm talking to her.
What's your name, buddy?
Don't interfere with my traffic stop.
Listen, but I'm sitting in a car. You're in my car. Listen, take your shit somewhere else, bro.
Don't
Hold on
interfere
a
with my
second.
traffic
Take your
stop.
shit somewhere else, man.
Hold on. I can't find my wallet. Great.
Might have fell out. I don't know what to see. Here it is. It just fell out when you pulled your wallet up.
Thank you, miss. You still live in California?
No, of course not.
What's that?
I'm sorry?
Do you still live in
I
California?
just changed my plates. I haven't yet been able to get
Okay, yeah,
into
I'm just asking if you still live there, that's all. I don't see California IDs.
Right, obviously. My plates are Massachusetts plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get your registration, please?
I don't understand. I was going with the flow of traffic. So
I didn't pull you over for your speed. I pulled you over for driving in the left lane.
Everyone else was going the same
It's
speed
a passing
I was.
lane only.
Right, but you
can
were
use the left.
behind me.
I need your
He
registration.
started recording you and then you pulled me over.
I pulled you over because I was behind you for at least 2 miles and you didn't get out of the left lane. All
Sir,
right? That's a violation
I was going-
according to Chapter 89, Section 4.
I was going
okay?
with the flow of traffic in
I'll
the
be right
left
back.
lane.
The flow of traffic has nothing to do with it.
I
The
understand that,
left
but
lane is
nobody
a
was
passing
going.
lane.
You know what's
Nobody else
incredible?
was going
Not
to
one
the right.
person is leaving the left lane, buddy. It's gonna be a rough day for you, boss.
No one else was going off to the right.
So he pulled us over for left lane only being a passing lane. I want to see how many cars. I haven't seen I haven't seen one. They're all literally staying in the left-hand lane.
Not a single person was going off to the right in front of me.
Ah,
Not
see,
a single one.
See, you know what it is though? He runs the plate. He sees your name. It's retaliation. It's an awful move for him.
I'm gonna fight that. If he tries to ticket me, I will fight it.
Oh, he'll definitely ticket you just because of who we are.
Every tooth and nail. I will
Telling me
fight that.
interfere in his traffic stop. He can eat shit in my car. It's exactly who it is. He got brave.
He knows who I was. It's no surprise. We're half hour away from home right now.
Yeah.
He knew exactly who we were. And then, of course, being nosy, do you still live in California?
You know what's interesting? Not speeding, going with the flow of traffic, and he did his intimidation tactics. He rode up on us, and now he wants to give us a hard time because we're in a passing lane only.
He asked me if I still lived in California. My plates are Massachusetts plates, bud. Dumb fuck.
And he's definitely going to come back with a ticket. 100%. Because he's butthurt. He said, oh, that's accountability for all. That's because it's easy. You run the plates. And we're not far from home. So all the cops around here know exactly what car we drive. This guy's fun.
I'm gonna fight that.
Oh, absolutely.
Every single person was going the same speed I was. Off to the right, they were going slower. So why would I be in the right lane when the left lane's going faster? I'm gonna talk to him when he gets back.
Well, this Chapter 89, Section 4B. Vehicles at below the speed limit impede the flow of traffic in the left lane. Look at guys. Look at all the cars in the left lane.
Cop was speeding and he wanted me to move over for him.
That was it.
He got butthurt because I didn't move over.
The cop was speeding and we didn't move over for him.
He had no emergency lights on, nothing.
No. What a butt.
I was going with the flow of traffic in the left lane. Right lanes were going slower. And I didn't move over for him.
Yeah, he was butthurt about that. It's interesting. I haven't seen one vehicle in the left lane use the left lane to pass another vehicle. That's what it was. And I got a video of a cop speeding and doing the same thing somewhere else. But I think he was smart enough not to turn on the lights. I'm going to pause this till he gets... Actually, no, I'll keep it running until he gets out of the car.
All right, ma'am. You've been cited for a left lane violation.
what
You have
was
20
it?
days to pay your appeal.
Okay.
All the instruction on the bottom.
She's
of the
talking.
No, I'm
She has
talking. I
questions
have a
for you.
question.
Yeah.
Was it that? Was
First
it
of all,
that,
don't touch my vehicle. You don't have a
you're
warrant.
Okay.
So don't touch your car.
You're
fine.
still touching my
Yeah,
vehicle.
okay.
All right.
What's your question?
My question for you is: were you upset because you were like riding my butt?
Ma'am, that's not at all.
Because
we
I
didn't
was
move
going with
for
the
you.
I was going with the flow of
Okay.
traffic. The right
you in the
lane
left
was going
lane?
slower.
How many people in the left lane are
No, but
passing somebody else?
What I want to know is,
I'm asking
you were
you.
speeding, you were riding my ass,
Okay.
and now you have a problem because
No,
I'm going
no.
with the flow of traffic
I was
on the
behind
left
you for
side.
several miles.
On the right side,
I waited.
the
I was
traffic
patient.
was
There was
slower.
plenty
I
of
was
there was
passing
plenty of
vehicles.
opportunity for you to
Why
get out
do
of
you
the left
keep
lane.
cutting me off
All right?
when I'm trying to
Be
speak
safe
with
pulling
you?
out. Take care.
And it's not
All right?
retaliation, right?
Retaliation, 100%. I will fight you tooth and nail in court.
We're gonna have to drive behind him, make sure that he's not in the left lane.
Notice how he couldn't answer not a single one of my questions?
Yeah. This guy is gonna be miserable. Oh, miserable.
Wrong one.
He sure did. Yeah, use your direction on there. Put it on. Let's go. I want to see. So he's probably gonna hang there for a minute because we're gonna have to give him a citizen citation for traveling in the left lane and not passing somebody. Guys, that's what you call retaliation, right? Look at all these cars. None of these cars are overtaking other vehicles, okay?
None of these are going into the right lane.
None of these are going into the right lane. They're all breaking the law. What happens is the cop was behind us speeding, and he did the technique where he speeds behind you to make you uncomfortable so you make a mistake. And we didn't make a mistake. We continued to go the speed limit, which is the opposite of what he was doing. And at that time, when he realized that, we weren't going to get out of his way, he ran our plates. And he saw her name. He knew who she was because in Massachusetts, notes are attached to every single license plate when you do what we do. I mean, I think last month I had 12 queries alone on her plate. So he reads the queries, see it's accountability for all, Bananarana, and he flips on the lights. So I'll tell you one thing. The Constitution on paper, that stands. That guy's bogus traffic ticket, you know where he can put that. That's the reason I stopped you today. How much is the fine?
I didn't look at the paper
Where is
yet.
it?
I put it inside that folder back there. My thing that goes in the glove.
Let's take a look at the fine. Probably cited us the max too, because he's a bitch. Let's take a look here. $105. And he cited us for right lane, the same code. $105.
Don't fight him. Every 2
Trooper
minutes.
Giroux, listen. Sometimes you pull over the wrong one. You did today, and that's the reason that I'm stopping you today. All right, guys, we're at the Townsend PD because I guess the cop thought it was okay to just stick your hands in people's cars. So I didn't know if maybe a law had changed. So I'm just gonna find out real quick. Alright, if you're not immediately assisted by the window, please pick up the phone below and press the red button. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, so they're not at the station. They said they'll send one back. It might just be a few minutes, so for your convenience, I'm gonna pause, and then we're going to find out when the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution changed and was amended. Now, Townsend has had a few issues, but we're going to see what they have to say. And just briefly, guys, real quick, when a police officer can go in your car is when you give them consent, when they have a search warrant, or when they're doing an inventory. For example, if you're arrested, right, and the car needs to be towed, it's not a Fourth Amendment rights violation for them to go through your vehicle with a little checklist and check off everything that's there. So when you pick your car up, if anything is different or missing from that list, then you can redress your grievances. But those are the 3 times, or an emergency, like if there's been a traumatic traffic accident, so technically 4, but those are the times a cop can go in your car. Now, just because the cop wanted to rest and relax and put his hands on the window, that's not my problem. That is 100% legal search and seizure. Why do you think he was so quick to move his hand from the vehicle, fruit of the poisonous tree. At that exact moment, he's probably thinking to himself, oh, well, I lost that ticket. Well, you're watching this video right now, folks, so that ticket's been paid for. Hello, what's going on, man? How are you? You guys, I'm not here for you guys. I have a question. Sure. Maybe you can help me with so I can understand. Besides, unless with consent, a search warrant, or a vehicle inventory, when is it legal for a police officer to go inside your vehicle without permission, warrant, inventory?
So those are the three big ones that you just named.
So if a police officer doesn't, so I'm not on the side of the road where you have to come in and save my life because I got T-boned by a truck.
Okay.
I haven't given permission. You don't have a warrant. You're not doing a control inventory.
Yeah.
Would it be legal without my permission to go into my vehicle?
And this isn't a trick question.
No, it's not a trick question.
PD.
So there are
It's
some
just
extenuating circumstances, and it all depends on the situation. But like if there's a canine there and they
If they indicate. Okay.
it might give probable cause for a search.
Removing that.
Sometimes if someone's on parole, that gives the option to search.
Removing that. You're on a traffic stop. There's no probable cause. It's a routine stop. You don't have a warrant, indication by a police dog.
Unless
You don't
it's
have
getting towed.
not getting towed.
Getting towed.
You're so without all that
Literally
other
just a citation
without all
traffic
that other stuff, normal traffic stop. When is it legal for a police officer to go into your vehicle without a warrant or without consent?
and just have his hands in it.
Like, to go inside, when would that be legal?
So if there's something in plain view that causes concern.
Moving that, so removing that as well. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're asking me. I'm trying to get the answers of what. Would
So I mean, like,
cause-
remove all the normal checklist stuff. A cop doesn't have any consent,
Yeah.
doesn't have a warrant, and he goes in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Besides that other stuff, when is that legal?
Barring everything else that I just said.
Yes.
I'm drawing a blank.
That's
Well,
my
it's
point.
like a normal traffic stop where they just hand you a citation.
Yeah.
Is it normal or lawful to have any part of your body just
Going into
in
the
a
vehicle.
vehicle?
So the only times I've reached into a vehicle
To grab a license that they hand it to you.
well, sometimes people will like borrow a car and they don't have the lights on automatic.
Right.
So I'm like, do you mind me reaching
To
in?
help.
And I.
But you
and
get
I'm
Right.
like,
permission.
Of course.
Yeah.
Barring all the circumstances that we just laid out,
Right.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, and it wasn't a trick question. Literally,
No,
what
it
we,
really
what we
wasn't.
asked was
Yeah.
exactly how it was, and it, nothing with the Townsend PD.
Yeah.
We just came
No,
in to ask the question.
Yeah, we had a state trooper.
Wrong.
Just to make sure I wasn't wrong, because I'm pretty up to date, and I don't claim to be a lawyer, but if I don't know, I ask.
Yeah.
So we have a state trooper, normal traffic stop, regular citation, and he found it necessary and to be part of his purview to stick his hands all the way
Like
inside of our vehicle.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it's because, honestly, not that it's okay. He wouldn't even speak with me. Like, he pulled me over. He wouldn't even give me the time of day to have a conversation. But yeah, he's all the way in. He's hanging out as if like it's his car.
So you wouldn't do that, barring all the
We're having a
circumstances.
friendly conversation roadside. I've like leaned on the car. And stuff.
Yeah,
wasn't
but your hands totally going through into the vehicle.
Sounds
You
like a
wouldn't.
very odd.
Yeah.
Odd situation.
Yes.
Now traveling down the street on the highway, right?
Yeah.
Traveling in a left-hand lane, that's considered, I guess, a passing lane, right? So is that something that you're not speeding, normal flow of traffic? There is somewhat heavier traffic than normal. Is that something police are, as far as you know, would normally ticket somebody for or pull someone over for?
I have heard of troopers that will clear out that fast lane because it is supposed to be just for passing and normal traffic use. That
Yeah.
being said, I deal with the roads we have here in
Townsend, right.
But I
Yeah, I mean, it was.
it might be ticketable under CMR. It's not something that we would ever even encounter here, so I can't
Right.
speak to it that well.
Like, what if you were like still passing traffic. You're in the left lane. You're still passing traffic on the right. Like and you're going with the speed of traffic on the left. You're not making anybody go slower except for the cop that might be speeding behind you. No one's going slower in the left lane.
I don't know what stipulations they have as far as that fast.
Well, so
if there's like a time.
what
you're
if-
supposed to be in it?
Would it be kind of funky if a couple weeks ago I did a video of a state trooper? Because what happens sometimes, you see a lot of these videos, is they'll get real close to the person that they're behind. Person gets nervous, some sort of violation happens. So I had a trooper behind us, and we showed that video how he was riding us, and then we made it clear that we were filming. And then that trooper from the same barracks pulled away and drove away. And then we're riding down the road, and he has time to run our plates and, of course, see who we are. But so would you, like, with no violations, everyone's driving safely, life is going good, if you were in such a position, is that something that you think that you would pull someone over for, initiate a traffic stop for?
So, again,
I know, loaded question.
I'm not super familiar with the rules they have stipulating the fast lane
Right.
and passing, or how much time you're supposed to. So I can't really speak to that.
Right. But based on
if your
Townsend.
question is, would I stop a car with no just cause? The answer is no.
Right. All right. So
I don't know if they had cause for the stop. I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened.
So without just cause,
Yeah.
you're not stopping a vehicle, and without a warrant, consent, or a police dog indication, regular motor vehicle stop, it's not legal to put your hands in reach into a motorist's vehicle for those without those above mentioned things, right?
Typically, we wouldn't cross that
Without
threshold
consent.
Without consent.
Well, that's because you guys.
There's a ton of extenuating circumstances that you're saying, like,
Right,
we're
right.
not there.
Right.
I mean, that would be an issue I would take up with the Mass State Police, I guess, but it doesn't sound.
Well, because the interesting thing is, like, so if something like that is to happen, of course, fruit of the poisonous tree, right? So if a Fourth Amendment violation was to take place through the through the course of a regular traffic stop, then that could, root of the poisonous tree, void out such a traffic stop. I think it's very important that, I think what it was is he had an attitude right away. He knew who I was, and he just kind of wanted to give me a hard time. And I don't care. I don't even want a police officer leaning on my vehicle or putting his hand inside. There's no reason. If I haven't done anything wrong, you have no probable cause, reasonable articulable suspicion, and you don't have a warrant, and I'm not giving consent, there's no reason for someone in law enforcement to put their hands in someone's vehicle.
Yeah, I think he was upset. He was upset from the gate.
He might have been butthurt, Monica.
Well, we caught him speeding, and it was on video that we caught him speeding. And from that point on, like you said, if it's like a cordial conversation you're having with someone, everything's
I've leaned on the door,
right. But it wasn't.
Yeah, but stuck your hands all the way in a vehicle to the point where your hand is level with someone's face, to the point where you have to move a camera all the way back and say, "Get out of my ride."
The way you're describing it does sound a bit too far.
Yeah.
A bit too far.
I wasn't there to see.
See, she is a champion, and she wasn't taking it for a second.
Oh.
She did great.
I just, he wouldn't even speak with me. Like, I'm trying to figure out why I was even pulled over.
I'm not even going to record you. Can I show you what happened? You tell me what you think? I'm not even going to record.
Normal situation.
Because I just showed Officer Monica the video just so you could see. I'm not going to ask him to comment because there's really not enough context to do that. But I do know Officer Monica, along with Officer Marchand, they wouldn't do something like that to us. They wouldn't, because they're nice guys. Go winning smile. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Well, you can't necessarily say he's not a state trooper.
If he ever has to tase me, he's got a nice big target. But we'll let you go, man. I appreciate it. I just wanted to talk to someone, see maybe something changed that I wasn't aware of. So I just wanted to ask you, and you answered my questions. So thank you very much. Appreciate your time. They got a new guy out there, I heard.
We got a couple new guys.
Couple new guys. All right, tell them I said hello. And I will be conducting random citizens checks to make sure that they don't need anything. And if they do, they can feel free to deputize me. I don't know if you've seen, but I'm pretty good under deputization for less than 20 seconds.
Well, there is a new guy, right? He seems pretty short. He looks young. No.
So in his defense, he's standing next to LT, and LT is a tall guy.
Yeah, so I'm describing him, right? Because he seems pretty short in the picture. I was like, he looks young too. I was like, how old is he? I don't know if they can answer that. but he seems young.
No, I think they said he was right out of academy. He was like 19 or something like that, right? No?
I think in Mass, typically you got to be 21 to even be a
No, there was a new comp that just started in Mass, and he was 18 years old.
That's odd. I think here.
I forget where that was. You got different guidelines.
Okay.
Kind of a rule or guideline. You have to at least be 20.
I will say,
They weigh in a little.
in his defense, LT could bump his head on this thing. He's a tall. He's tall. Yeah. So you could like.
So he's a
I had LT on film, and to make myself look not that short, I had to like kind of move my camera like this a little bit, so it didn't look like I was being dwarfed.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like I would say you're an average height. The guy he seemed short.
We're gonna see him, and I bet that he's gonna be.
I feel like a giant among men with him.
When we meet him, I'm sure he's gonna be nothing short of excellent.
Oh, jeez. You can't help
Dad
it.
joke. All right, Monica, I appreciate it, man. I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. When do you get off?
Hopefully,
Oh, geez, just starting? Halfway through almost? All right.
He's a hopeful.
Take it easy. Thank you. All right, that's Officer Monica of the Townsend Police Department. I knew I was right. I just wanted to double check, so I figured we'd stop by here, and that does seem odd. Catch you in the next one. That's the reason we stopped you today. 3 things are certain. Accountability amplified 1. This whiny state trooper lost, and he left with an acute and egregious case of butthurt. You know, when he called the other state trooper that was in traffic court and found out that he lost his ticket, you know he was writhing inside because he did it as retaliation. He ran the plates, he knew who we were, and he thought that he had us for sure. But it doesn't take much for you as a citizen to be educated about what your rights are. Whether you're filming a police station, whether you're involved in a peaceful protest, or whether you're just driving down the street. These cops, for the most part, not all the time, and not all of them, but for the most part, are so uneducated. 6 months of training, like this fresh new haircut I got here. My barber went through twice as much training to give me that line than a police officer did to be able to suspend and terminate your constitutional rights under qualified immunity. Make sure, if you get the ticket, always contest it. Now, I don't agree that you should have to pay $25 to have your case heard, right? Like, you have the ability to have your case heard in a court of law. Now, what if you're homeless, you're transient, and you live in your vehicle, you have no money, you have no job, and because you have no money, you know you didn't break the law, you have to pay to get a fair shake in court. You have to pay to show that a state trooper like this one lied. You have to pay. And if you don't pay, then you wind up paying anyways. There should be equal measures and balances. But this guy lost. We're not paying any citations. We're getting our $25 back. And here's what I think we're going to do. When we get that $25 back, we're going to buy ourselves the Blue Line t-shirt, and I'm going to put this cop's face on it. And then I'm going to do a couple audits at maybe his barracks or somewhere, just to make a point. Like, this is what you did for us, right? You helped with your dirty, dirty tactics for other people to know their rights, and for me and Accountability Amplified to get a new t-shirt. So thanks for being dirty. We're here to educate you. Didn't cost us anything. Subscribe to Accountability Amplified, formerly known as Bananarama. We'll catch you on the next one. Know your rights, and that's the reason I stopped you today. Bam! I mean, damn, did Bananarama kill it on that phone call. She was like, she had the laws written down. She had 2 pages of stuff written down. In fact, this is how well prepared she was. This is what she actually wrote. I was in the left lane to pass. There was heavy traffic in the right lanes. I was in the passing lane. I was waiting for a chance to merge back over. I was not using it to travel. Officer says he was behind me for 2 miles. I was only there for 0.8 miles. By the way, magistrate caught that officer red-handed just lying. Officer purging himself in court. The law does not state how long one can be in the passing lane, as long as they are passing and not traveling, and that's what I was doing. It just took a short while to pass the other vehicles. We had just come back from vacation on the Cape. At the time, I had only lived in Mass for 2 months and moved from Cali. so I was paying extra close attention. The right lane was so congested, which is why I went into the passing lanes to be safe. Eventually, I moved out of that lane as I was being tailgated by the state trooper, a foot from my bumper before he pulled me over, as can be seen on video. That's been viewed over 100,000 times. I'm not sure why, but the officer was highly aggressive. He reached inside my vehicle several times, breaking the window pane, which was a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. Bananarana smokes his boots. Under Arizona v. Hicks, or furthermore, even an officer breaking the window pane with his head or his hand constitutes an illegal search under Commonwealth v. Pigursky. The only exceptions to this would be after lawful arrest, hot pursuit, stop and frisk, abandonment, or with consent, none of which he had. Section 4B does not specify how long one can be passing. The only mile restriction is on I-90, which permits 4 miles of travel in the above-mentioned lane. Research. Bananarana. Killing it. And that's the reason I stopped you today.